Welcome back to Sayajin YouTube channel. So this is my review for the Sonic Frontiers, which is an action open world game by Sonic Team and from Sega itself, and it features our blue running hedgehogs, which is Sonic. And there's some nice things about this game and there's some bad. First of all, we can talk about bad things because there's texture popping and stuff like that in the middle of the game, like when you run at supersonic speed and the texture just pops out. The fun part, like the RAM and things like that, they just pop up out of nowhere. There should be some animation which looks like weird, like they just pop up and the game can't pick up the speed that much. Like it can pick up that speed, but at the same time it feels weird because when it picks up that speed and suddenly the texture comes over, it looks like a pretty weird thing to see. But on the bright side, it's a pretty new and solid experience. Like it is similar to open world. It's not like an open world game, it's like semi open world where there are linear stages and stuff to do, and if you want to open a new world, like new place, you need to do some challenges and stuff, get some keys, and then you can proceed to the next zone, like opening it. It's similar to how dungeons and things works in Legend of Zelda or the Shrine works, but it's executed differently because Breath of the Wild is currently an open world game, but this is a semi-open world. Like it's deducted into zones. The combat is nice because it's very different. Like they finally be able to figure out what 3D Sonic should be. Like they tried 3D Sonic, but they never able to make 3D Sonic, like that sense of speed and that how to control it. But in this game they are able to do it in a way, but at the same time it feels weird because when you are running fast and if you stop running, it feels a arbitrary moment where it stops all of a sudden. Like it doesn't make sense that Sonic stops in such a way. Like it should stop with some animation of stuff which is missing. Along with it, there's you need to fight against the camera most of the time because the camera can get stuck on one enemy. Like if you're fighting another enemy, the camera can get stuck on one of the enemy which you're not fighting to, and sometimes it just feels weird because it doesn't tracks you. Like it tracks you most of the time, but when during an enemy encounter it doesn't tracks you, which is a weird camera placement. But overall, this rail grinds and everything, the game is fun to explore, and you need to do basically all the things. Like it's a collector hackathon similar to Mario Odyssey or Crash Bandicoot, where you need to collect things to open the crash zone or some Sonic related stages and stuff. Along with it, you also need this particles so that you can get memory fragments so that you can rescue your friends and stuff, which is similar to Smash Bros. So yeah, it's inspired by various other things, but finally, as according to the Sonic team, like the Sega, what they had seen, what they had told us regarding the game, like this is the first step, and if it's the first step for various other Sonic games to come, it is a pretty solid first stage of the game because they are finally able to know what 3D Sonic should be. And in 2D worlds it's the same, like they just redesigned it in a way, but the mechanics are similar to 3D, and yeah, it feels good. And along with it, it is an action hack and slash kind of a thing where you fight enemies, and when you fight enemies it's just button mashing, but you have various things to do, which is like various attacks to execute and stuff with its thing. And there are various boss fights. Like if you have major boss fight, you can you transform into supersonic and then take out that boss. But at the same time, if it's a mini boss, you don't transform, you just take it on your own. And yeah, and the cyber levels, they feel a little weird, like you transform from 3D to 2D and back, but they are able to do it, and that sense of speed is there, so it's nice to see. Along with it, my only complaint is like you can just skip most of the part. Like it feels too weird to do it because most of the part, like it's just a repetition of word and repetition of stages, and there's no things to do except repeating the things, so it feels a bit weird. Along with it, you have fishing games. Yeah, you heard it, there are some mini games, but fishing mini games, if you find that fish You can trade it, and you can get all the memory fragments and stuff required to go to the new stage, which is a nice thing to see that you are not stuck, and the game rewards you pretty decently for everything you do in the world. So yeah, it's pretty nice. But the only caveat is like that sense of speed, some animation and texture pop in, and that camera which gets weird and stuff is pretty annoying. But overall it's a pretty solid experience. Like if they take this formula into the next Sonic game, it will be a nice game to have, and it's a pretty solid experience with its action and everything. It's a pretty solid game, and if you want, like if you complete the game, there's like a playback value, like you can explore things and stuff after you complete the value in new game plus and stuff. So yeah, pretty nice. Along with it, the system requirements are pretty tame, but at $60 they're asking too much. But yeah, this game is also launching on Nintendo Switch, so you have some place to play like on the go to. So that's it from my video regarding Sonic Frontiers. What do you think about it? Sound off your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share and subscribe. Peace out.